Hello YouTube, I am Armoury Reviews 1, and today we do have a review, finally. Although this time it isn't about a Transformer, or Transformers, and it isn't a figure, it is a comic book. Here we have Judge Dredd, The Complete Case Files, Volume 1. This is, before I get into anything, cost. So no big thing about buying things. It's very good value. This, which is about 300 to 400 pages, I can't remember the exact amount, is a tenner. It's £10. Which is insane. Because £10 could get you this, or it could even get you this. So I'll put these three together. Each of those cost £10, or that. So it's pretty good value. So now for the content. There are 3 or 4 main events in this book. The blurb, and most people who probably have forgotten reading it won't tell you about the epics that happen in this. There aren't many. There are 2. Then there are a few other significant stories. This isn't... Don't get into your head that this is going to be like Volume 2, which is the Cursed Earth, though. It isn't like that. So, yeah, we'll go over the design of the packaging first. This is the newer published version of these. The older one, which you might be able to see in the back. Those are what the old ones look like. They don't look like that. Actually, no, I think they might just be the later ones, actually. Are they? Oh no, they're just the later ones. Sorry. I'm a bit confused there. No, they're the ones in colour, that's why. But yeah, this is these are the newest packaging of these, and it's very nice. This is from a cell or a panel in the comic book. I can't remember where it is, but it's a good design. Looks really nice, and the fact that they all look like that on the side makes them quite uniform and go quite well on the shelf. So we'll get into this. First of all, this one doesn't, I don't think, but most of them do have a summary on the inside, or an introduction. The very first story in this is surprisingly similar to the new Dredd movie. I'm not going to find the page, am I? Basically, it's about fighting a guy in a mega block. But the first significant story in this, which are the ones I'm going to be showing you about, is the Robot Wars saga. Here we have Call Me Kenneth, who is the main villain of these, getting his head punched off by Dredd. Yeah. This is longer than this. It's quite long. It's a few, like 10 comic books or so. It's good. It is the first time we see Mega City 1 having an all-out war, which will come back for like Necropolis, which I haven't read yet. But yeah, it's good. It shows you how well the judges work together. You see the street judges like Dredd working with the meat wagon drivers, the med tech judges, and the chief judge and all of his deputies, and they're all actually working together to fight this threat, which is really good because it shows you that they are almost like a proper government, even though they aren't. They're ruled by one guy. Sort of like an opposite Rome, actually. You know, in Rome, before Caesar, they would have like a government, and then when in times of trouble, they'd have one guy. This seems the other way around. It's just chief judge, and then when trouble comes, they get everyone working together. Bit weird. Here you see one of my favourite character in Judge Dredd, Walter. Walter is Dredd's servant robot. He is hilarious. So, next significant story is the return of Rico. Rico is someone who I'm not going to spoil, but there is a comic book out in the same style as Origins, the same sort of cover, and actually these are in the same style as these ones, but called Brothers in the Blood, which is where Rico comes into it a lot. I haven't read that, I just know he's in it, and this is the one you read to know who he is. It's not very long, but here we see a recurring setting which I love. This is the Satan's Island. Devil's Island, I was right the first time. Which is a prison in the middle of 3 highways that circle it, where trucks move at 200 miles an hour constantly without stop. So you can't get off, even if you get out of the island. There's one last significant story, and this is, I'm not sure if it is, I don't think it's technically classed as one, but I think it is one. It might be classed as one, I'm not sure. I'm still not really into Judge Dredd. That's why I'm reading these now. But this is what I call the Lunar 1 saga. It probably isn't. It's probably, it either has a name, a real name, or it isn't an epic. But I think it is. Judge Dredd becomes the chief judge on Lunar 1, which, as you can probably tell by the name, is the megacity on the moon. Every 6 months, the best judge from one of the 3 main megacities, Megacity 1, 2, and is it Las Vegas? It's either Las Vegas or like East Mega 1. I'm not sure, but yeah, and it's really good because you see him sort out Lunar 1. He almost eradicates crime, and the way he does it is really interesting. Quite funny in places when you have water. Also, one thing that is cool is they have hover lawmasters, which is really cool. It's really good, and this is definitely the main thing in this book. It takes up that much of it. It takes up about half of the book, because something very, very important about these is they run in real time. This is from 2099 to 2100. This ran from 77 to 78 in real life. 77 to 78. And so for the last 6 months of that, he's on the moon, because that is how he is. And he comes back at the end. So the way it runs in real life, and the way he says that I'm going to be gone for 6 months, and then he returns in 2100, is really good. So now, whether you should buy this. Now, I've heard many people say different things. I have heard people say that you should start on this. I've heard many people say that you should start on this, which is Volume 5, because there is a few stories in this which are very important. Apparently, I haven't read this yet, which are... I can't remember. Apocalypse War and Blockmania and Apocalypse War. Apparently they are like quintessential Judge Dredd comic books, but I haven't got there yet. Actually, I think this, on a side note, I think this is the one with, yeah, ha ha ha, the Dark Judges. I just want to see if I can find, there it is, the funniest moment in Judge Dredd. Sorry. That's what most people say to start on. I didn't want to, because, number one, I like reading in chronological order. I like going through things systematically. I like, you know, doing 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and 5. I don't like missing things. Also, I had a feeling that this would reference things previous, and it does, but not in 1. It references 3 because of Judge Death, and I didn't want to read this before I read 3. But I didn't want to read 3 until I read 2. I didn't want to read 2 until I read 1. There is another alternative, which is to get this, which is the best of. I have this because I like the cover. That's the main reason. I'm a bit weird like that, and I love the pictures in this. I have this mainly as something cool to own, because I've already read most of these. A lot of these are in 1 and 2, and actually they're in most of them. I actually got this because of one specific comic book in it, which is America. I don't say start on this, and I don't say start on 5. I personally say start on 1. This starts off without any epics, which, because you follow Judge Dredd in his, you know, on his patrols, you follow a street judge. You don't follow a almighty, omnipotent judge. You don't follow this omnipotent judge, which you do later on when he's fighting death. You follow a street judge, which is what he originally was, and he still is, and what he thinks of himself as. So as you follow him taking down Frankenstein 2, and you follow him taking down escapees from Devil's Island, and common criminals on Luna 1, like extortionists, you follow him as a street judge, and it shows the sort of the ins and outs of Mega City 1, and it explains how the judge system works really well. I've then read, obviously it ends on an epic, which means that it introduces you to the idea, and also because you have a smaller one with the Robot Wars, it introduces you to the idea of these big story arcs, but slowly. So you're not thrown into number 2 with The Cursed Earth, which is over half the book. You know, you get into it a bit more, and that was actually easier to read than number 2, I found. Yes, I say buy this first, but if you can, buy a few, because you want to finish one and start reading the next. I will soon have a review of 2 up, because I've read that too. But I won't be doing the rest for a while. These are the rest of my Judge Dredds, because I am still reading quite a lot on this. So yeah, buy that, definitely. It's a tenner, and it'll take you a while to read, and it'll feel fulfilling. You'll know who Judge Dredd is by the end of it. You'll be introduced to all of the characters that you follow through all of them. Now a quick update at the end of me. I forget to charge tablets. Right, quick update. I have finished reading All Hail Megatron, and all the spotlights that I own, which isn't many, but I've read Ryan Pack's Megatron, Thundercracker, and Bumblebee. I really like Thundercracker. I really like him as a character now, and I have his bot shop. I've also, I just finished reading Last Stand of the Wreckers. I will do a review of that, but that's going to have to be a bit different than this, because showing it to you on a tablet is going to be a bit weird. I'm probably going to have to try and find some stills of the comic book to show what I'm talking. I will be reading Regeneration 1 soon. I'll start that tonight, or maybe in a minute. Once I finish that, I'll be back on the... Actually, no, I won't be. I've then got to read Batman up until about 13, I think. Then I've got to read Nightwing up to 15, and then Death of the Family. This is the new 52. Main reason why I don't want to go any further than that on each one is because I'll start reading into Death of the Family later on. I want to read it from the first Death of the Family comic to the last one. So yeah, Judge Dredd is on a bit of a hold. I'll probably end up watching this a few more times though, because this is an amazing movie. In my opinion, the best adaptation of a comic book that still feels like a comic book. Because it really does. It feels like, whereas, you know, Batman feels like a proper movie. This feels like you're watching a comic book, which is why I like it. You know, you even see like sort of panels, just, you know, things you'd imagine would be a panel. Obviously Batman is still a better movie. The Dark Knight is amazing. But I'm rambling again. So yes, buy Judge Dredd Volume 1, it's very good. If you're in America, apparently these are hard to find. The only things I can recommend are eBay. eBay is surprisingly good for these sorts of things. The UK Amazon. I'm pretty sure if you go onto the UK Amazon, or the US Amazon, Amazon's a good place to go. I'm not sure if they'll be on the US one, but if you log on to the UK one, you can order stuff to the US as long as the people send it to you. So I would do that if you can't get any other way. They are £10 each, which is probably about, I don't know, $11, $12. Yeah. I don't think anything else to say. It's really good. There is one thing I will warn you about though. Colour doesn't appear in Judge Dredd until about volume 13. So get ready for some really, really complicated scenes, because it's really hard to make things out at a glance. Whereas, you know, with colour it's quite easy. But when in black and white, sometimes lines seem to sort of meld together and you have to sit there and look at them for a bit. But the art is very good. Brian Boland is my favourite of the artists in that. He is the illustrator for Killing Joke. But yeah, if I can just actually quickly find... It shouldn't be too hard. He does a lot. There we go. There's Brian Boland. And that's a Brian Boland. I love the way these look. And he does a lot of it, so you'll find. So thank you for watching. I've been Armoury Reviews 1. I will try and find something to review. I'll probably have another one up tomorrow because I'm really bored. School soon. I will say that next weekend there won't be anything except maybe on the Sunday, because pardon me, sorry about that. because I'll be in Rome. If I take any pictures and videos, they may go up. If I think that it would fit, it probably wouldn't. I will post some of it to my Twitter though, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at a too complicated name to say. It is in the description of all of my videos and is on the right hand side of my channel. You can follow me there. I do update you with my videos on there, so if you your subscription box is messing up a bit, or you don't go on there much, or if you want to talk to me in an easier way than on here, because it's a lot easier to get a discussion going up on Twitter than it is on YouTube, it's a brilliant place, so follow me there. So yes, I've been Armoury Reviews 1, telling you to buy Judge Dredd now. Go do it. You won't regret it. Thank you for watching.